Gentlemen, I want you to be honest with yourself for a second. When's the last time you woke up and actually felt ready to go? I'm not talking about dragging yourself out of bed, grabbing coffee, and hoping for the best. I mean waking up with real energy. That fire in your chest that says today's going to be a good day. Because if you're like most of the men I've worked with over the past 25 years, somewhere along the line, that feeling just quietly slipped away. The stamina you used to take for granted, the confidence you carried into every room, that drive, and I think you know what I'm really talking about, that made you feel like yourself. It's not there the way it used to be. And here's what kills me. Most guys think it's just aging. They think, well, I'm 62, I'm 68, I'm 74. This is just what happens. But I'm here to tell you that's not the whole story. Not even close. Because after treating thousands of men in my career as a urologist, I can tell you with absolute certainty that one of the biggest reasons men lose their vitality after 50 isn't time. It's fuel. More specifically, it's the food you're not eating. And I know that might sound too simple. Believe me, I get it. But the science on this is rock solid now. There are specific fruits, things you can grab at any grocery store in America, that can do what a lot of those expensive supplements and prescriptions can't. They restore circulation. They give your testosterone a natural nudge in the right direction, and they bring back steady, all-day energy that doesn't crash on you by 2 in the afternoon. I'm Dr. Chloe Bennett. I've spent over 25 years as a urologist working with men just like you. Dads, granddads, veterans, guys who built careers and families, and then one day looked in the mirror and didn't recognize the man staring back. And what I've learned is this: decline is not a done deal. Your body isn't broken. It just needs the right building blocks to flip those switches back on. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. 3 specific fruits, 1 red, 1 green, 1 yellow, that researchers have studied for their powerful effects on men's health after 50. These aren't exotic superfoods you need to order online. These are fruits your grandma probably had in her kitchen. They support your arteries, help balance your hormones, and recharge your cells from the inside out. No gimmicks, no weird side effects, no embarrassing doctor visits. And here's the part that gets my patients excited every time. Most men start noticing a difference within weeks. Not months, not someday. Weeks. Picture this: a fruit that helps your blood flow the way it did 15 years ago. Another one that gently supports the hormone that fuels your confidence and your purpose. And a third that acts like a natural battery pack for your cells. You put those 3 together and you've got what I call the triangle of strength: circulation, hormones, and energy, all working together like they're supposed to. Now, before we jump in, if you're serious about staying strong, sharp, and confident as you get older, go ahead and subscribe to Dr. Chloe Bennett right now. Hit that bell so you don't miss the tips I put out every week specifically for men like you. And do me a favor, drop a comment and tell me where you're watching from. I love seeing how far this community reaches. Last video, we had guys checking in from Nigeria, Pakistan, Minnesota, California, Bangladesh, you name it. It reminds me why I do this. Also tell me, do you believe food can actually change your vitality? Type yes or no. I read every single one. All right, let's get into it. The first fruit isn't fancy. It's not trendy, but it is one of the most powerful natural circulation boosters that science has ever studied. People have revered this fruit for thousands of years as a symbol of life and strength. And now, modern research is finally catching up to explain why. When men cross 60, the first thing most of them notice isn't the gray hair or the wrinkles. It's the quiet, steady decline in circulation. Blood just doesn't move the way it once did. You feel it in your legs when they get heavy on a short walk. You feel it in your hands when they stay cold even in a warm room. And you feel it in the mornings when things just aren't as reliable as they used to be. A lot of men chalk this up to getting old, but what's really happening is your arteries are getting stiff and tired, and when blood flow goes down, everything goes down with it. Energy, performance, prostate health, all of it. I had a patient I'll call Ray, 71 years old, came to see me at my clinic in Houston. Big guy, former high school football coach, the kind of man who spent his whole life being strong for everybody else. But when he sat down across from me, he couldn't even look me in the eye. He said, "Doc, I feel like my body's giving up on me." His energy was shot. Intimacy with his wife had become rare and awkward. He figured his best days were behind him. But when I ran his numbers, His biggest problem wasn't his age, it was his circulation. His arteries had stiffened up like old garden hoses, and the solution that turned things around for Ray wasn't a prescription. It was something he'd been walking past in the produce aisle for years: pomegranate. This deep red fruit is absolutely loaded with polyphenols, which are powerful plant compounds that nourish your blood vessels from the inside. They help your arteries relax and expand. They reduce stiffness, and most importantly, they boost nitric oxide, which is the natural molecule your body uses to open up blood vessels so blood can flow freely, especially to the areas where men over 50 need it most. Clinical research has shown that men who drank pure pomegranate juice daily saw meaningful improvements in erectile strength and stamina in as little as 2 weeks. 2 weeks, gentlemen. No side effects, no prescriptions, just your body's own plumbing getting restored by a fruit. And the benefits don't stop there. Pomegranate also fights inflammation, protects your cells from oxidative damage, and supports prostate health. Those are 3 areas where men over 50 struggle the most. The nighttime bathroom trips, the daytime fatigue, the slow fade in strength, pomegranate addresses all of it. Ray agreed to try something simple: 6 ounces of pure, unsweetened pomegranate juice every morning. That's it! When he came back 2 weeks later, I could see it before he even opened his mouth. His posture was different. He smiled and told me he felt lighter and more awake, and that his wife had noticed the change too. That's not magic. That's biology responding to the right fuel. Now, I know some of you watching from different parts of the world might be thinking, pomegranate isn't easy to find where I live, and that's a fair point. If fresh pomegranate or pure juice isn't available in your area, look for pomegranate extract supplements or try tart cherry juice, which has similar polyphenol benefits. The key is getting those circulation-boosting compounds into your system consistently. So if you've been feeling slower in the mornings, if intimacy has become something you avoid instead of enjoy, don't reach for synthetic pills first. Reach for what nature already made for you. Reach for pomegranate. Now let's talk about the green one. For a lot of men over 50, the quiet loss of energy and drive is tied directly to one thing: testosterone. And I'm not just talking about a number on a lab report. Testosterone is the fire you feel when you wake up ready to take on the day. It's the steadiness in your handshake, the strength in your step, the spark that makes you feel like you've got a purpose. When it drops too low, and it does drop naturally as we age, men feel it everywhere. They get slower, softer, and sometimes they feel invisible in their own lives. I worked with a man named Curtis, 67, retired engineer out of Denver. Sharp as a tack, stayed active, ate what he thought was a pretty good diet. But he sat in my office and told me straight up, "Dr. Bennett, I don't feel like a man anymore. Not in the bedroom, not anywhere." His testosterone was low, and on top of that, his cortisol, that's your stress hormone, was running high and basically strangling whatever testosterone he had left. The fix wasn't a gel or a shot or some expensive clinic visit. It was a simple green fruit he'd been ignoring at the store. Avocado. I know. Some of you are thinking that's just for millennials and their toast, but hear me out. Avocado is packed with monounsaturated fats, which are the healthy fats your body literally needs to manufacture testosterone. It's got magnesium and zinc, 2 minerals that are proven to support hormonal balance. And it's loaded with vitamin B6, which helps lower cortisol. That's the stress hormone that quietly chips away at your testosterone production year after year after year. Curtis started adding half an avocado to his breakfast. Some days he'd slice it on top of his eggs. Other days he'd mash it up in a salad. Nothing complicated. Within a couple of weeks, he told me his sleep was deeper, his mood was better, and his focus was sharper than it had been in years. His wife told me later that he seemed like a different person. More engaged, more present, more alive. Research supports this too. Studies have shown that men who regularly consume avocado see meaningful improvements in testosterone levels over a period of weeks, along with better energy and overall performance. The difference isn't just in the lab numbers, it's in how men feel day to day. And there's a bonus. Avocado is rich in potassium, which helps keep your blood pressure in check and supports healthy circulation. When your blood pressure is balanced and your arteries are relaxed, testosterone can actually do its job more effectively. Everything works better when the plumbing is right. Now, for those of you who can't eat avocado, maybe you've had digestive surgery or you just can't tolerate it. You can get similar benefits from olive oil, nuts like almonds and walnuts, or even pumpkin seeds, which are loaded with zinc. The goal is getting those healthy fats and key minerals into your diet consistently, so don't underestimate the small daily choices. Half an avocado a day is enough to start shifting your biology in the right direction. You don't need to become a younger man. You just need to fuel the man you already are. All right, now for the yellow one. And this might surprise you because it's the most basic fruit on the planet, but stay with me. Energy is the foundation of everything. I don't care how good your circulation is or how balanced your hormones are. If you don't have steady energy, none of it matters. And I see this all the time. Men over 50 who wake up already tired, run out of gas by noon, and are done before dinner. That's not just aging. That's your body telling you your cells are running on empty. I had a patient named Earl, 73, retired postal worker from right here in Texas. Walked into my office looking like he was carrying the world on his shoulders. Sat down slow, spoke soft, and said, "Doctor, I am tired all the time. Not just my body, my spirit." Now, that wasn't depression. That was depletion. He'd been skipping breakfast most days or grabbing a gas station muffin on the way to his morning walk. His cells, especially at his age, were starving for real nutrients. That's when I told him about one of the most underrated tools for daily energy, the banana. Yeah, the banana. I know people think it's too simple to matter, but for men over 50, this fruit is genuinely a powerhouse. Bananas are rich in potassium and magnesium, minerals that relax blood vessels and protect your heart. They're packed with B vitamins that help your cells produce energy efficiently, and they contain tryptophan, which supports serotonin, the brain chemical that keeps your mood steady and helps you sleep better. When your blood sugar and energy are stable, you feel sharper, calmer, and more confident throughout the whole day. Earl started having one banana every morning with a spoonful of peanut butter and a glass of water. Simple as that. Within a few days, the mid-morning crash was gone. His wife told me she saw her husband come back to life. More alert, more willing to go for their evening walks, more present at the dinner table. Research backs this up too. Studies have found that men over 60 who eat bananas regularly report significantly higher energy levels, with the biggest boost happening in the first 4 hours after eating. That's exactly the window when most men hit the wall. Now, here's something I want to address because a few of you have asked about this. If you're managing diabetes or prediabetes, you might be worried that bananas will spike your blood sugar. That's a smart concern. The good news is that one medium banana has about 14 grams of sugar. And when you pair it with a fat or a protein like peanut butter or a handful of almonds, it slows the absorption and keeps your blood sugar stable. But if your doctor has you on a strict carb plan, always check with them first. Your situation is unique, and I respect that. Unlike coffee or energy drinks that spike you up and drop you flat, a banana builds a steady foundation of energy that supports everything else. Better blood flow, clearer thinking, deeper sleep, and more connection with the people you love. You don't need complicated diets or fancy supplements. You need consistency. One banana each morning is enough to start. Earl's story isn't unique. I've seen the same transformation in countless men. Energy is not lost forever. It can be rebuilt, and sometimes the simplest fruit is the spark that turns everything back on. So, let's bring it all together. We've walked through 3 simple fruits that each address a critical piece of the vitality puzzle. Pomegranate works on circulation, opening your arteries, improving blood flow, and protecting your prostate. Avocado supports testosterone production naturally, lowering stress hormones and rebuilding hormonal balance. And banana restores steady, lasting energy at the cellular level, protecting your heart, your brain, and your stamina all day long. That's your triangle of strength: circulation, hormones, and energy. When one of those pillars is weak, the whole system struggles. But when you feed all 3 consistently, your body starts to come back online. Blood flows more freely. Testosterone rises gently. Energy carries you through the day without that afternoon crash. That's when confidence returns. That's when intimacy feels natural again. That's when you stop feeling old and start feeling like yourself. I've seen this transformation play out over and over. Ray, who got his strength back with daily pomegranate juice. Curtis, who reignited his drive with half an avocado at breakfast. Earl, who rebuilt his energy just by adding a banana to his morning routine. None of them needed complicated programs or expensive treatments. They needed fuel, real natural fuel that their bodies already knew how to use. And your story can follow the same path. Imagine waking up with energy instead of dread. Imagine walking into a room and feeling like you belong there again. Imagine your partner noticing the change in your eyes, in your step, in the way you carry yourself. Those aren't fantasies. Those are the real results of simple, consistent choices that work with your body instead of against it. Now it's your turn. Start small. Add pomegranate juice to your mornings. Slice an avocado into your lunch. Grab a banana before you head out the door. One step at a time, you're rebuilding the man you still are. Because vitality isn't about turning back the clock. It's about being strong right now, right where you are. Before I let you go, make sure you subscribe to Dr. Chloe Bennett and hit that bell icon. Give this video a thumbs up if you got something out of it today. And in the comments, tell me which of these 3 fruits you're going to try first. Your answer might be exactly what another man needs to hear today to take that first step. Next week, I'm going to reveal 5 essential minerals that, when you combine them with these fruits, take the results to a whole new level. These are minerals most doctors never talk about, but they can completely change the way you age. Don't miss it. And remember, everything I share here is for education, not prescription. Your health is yours, and it's worth protecting.